I fancy my fighting strength, my performance in combat, at least as greatly as Grendel does his. I therefore shall not foreshorten his life with a slashing sword. Too simple a business. Of good arms he knows nothing, of the shattering of shields. No, we'll at night play without any weapon. If unweaponed he dares to face me in fight, the Father in his wisdom shall apportion the honors then. The all-holy Lord, to whichever he think fit. Then the hero lay down, while about him many brave sea warriors bent to their whole rest, not one of them thinking ever to see again their beloved country. Gliding through the shadows came the walker in the night. The warriors slept, all except one, and this man kept an unblinking watch. He waited, pent heart swelling with anger against his foe. From off the moorland's misting fells came Grendel stalking. Dacer off moor under Misleotham Grendel gongan. He moved through the dark, saw with perfect clearness the gold-panelled hall, mead drinking place of men. The door gave way at a touch of his hand. Rage inflamed, wreckage bent, he tore the hall's jaws. Hastening onwards, angrily advancing, from his eyes shot a light in unlovely form of fire. He saw in the hall the host of young warriors, and in his heart exulted horrible monster, all his hopes swelling to a gluttonous meal. He meant to divide, monstrous in frightfulness, the life from each body that lay in that place. As a first step, he set his greedy hand on a sleeping soldier, savagely tore him, gnashed at his bone joints, bolted huge gobbets, sucked at his veins, and had soon eaten all of the man to his fingers and feet. Then he moved forward, reached to seize our warrior Beowulf, stretched out for him with his spite-filled fist. But the faster man, forestalling, rose up upon his arm and quickly gripped that sickening hand. The upholder of evils immediately knew he had not met on Middle-earth's acres with any other man of a harder hand grasp. He strained to be off. He ailed for his darkness, his company of devils, and his den beneath the mere. But Hygelac, great kinsman, recalled his evening's utterance and fastened his hold till fingers burst. The monster strained away. The man moved closer. The monster's desire was for darkness between them, direction regardless, to get out and run for his fen-bordered lair. It was an ill journey that persecutor had of it when he made for Heorot. Fear entered the Danes as they heard through the side wall the grisly plaint of the enemy of God, the sobs of the damned one bewailing his pain. The Geats leapt up to defend their great prince. They were ignorant then that no sword on earth, not the truest of steel, could touch their assailant, for every sword edge and weapon of victory he had blunted by wizardry. It was then that this monster, moved by spite against our race, found in the end flesh and bone were to fail him, for Hygelac's great kinsman, stout-hearted warrior, had him fast by the hand, and hateful to each was the breath of the other. A rip in the giant flesh frame showed then. Shoulder muscles sprang apart, a snapping of tendons, bone locks burst. The arm of the demon was severed from his side, and Grendel flew, death-sick, to his joyless den, where he knew that the end of his life was in sight. Beowulf had cleansed Heorot, saved the hall from persecution. As a signal to all, the hero hung the hand, the arm and torn-off shoulder, the entire limb, Grendel's whole grip beneath the soaring roof. Then it was, as I heard it, at hall next morning, warrior with warrior walked to see this ghastly limb. The aethelings gazed at the hand high under ceiling. Each nail socket seemed steel to the eye. Each spur on the hand was a talon of fear. Of the bright building, just the roof had survived unmarred and in one piece. Along the wide high roads, the chiefs of the clans came, crossed remote tracts to follow the foe's footprints, who, with strength flagging, had staggered to his fen lair, giving up his heathen soul. There, the death-daubed waters, becrimsoned, seethed, gore-hot, and hell engulfed his life in the deep fen pool.